I hope that in the future there is more awareness of the job that you have to do in the early years, and I do feel like there is more awareness of the importance of the early years, with the government rolling out funded placements for 2-year-olds now. And they're also talking about people being more qualified, which I think is important. I know just looking for staff at the moment, we are looking for people who have had experience and who have got a few qualifications. I think it's important to do some sort of qualifications in the early years, because the people that come through, they have more ideas about the way children learn and the way they develop and the way that the early years frameworks work, that they're very play-based and taking the children's interests, and that everything you do really has to have meaning and be for the children, not just getting anything out for them. Everything they do is important, and everything you do for the children is helping them to develop. I've really enjoyed setting up this new project for 2-year-olds. It was good working with all the different professionals in the different children's centres and working out what resources we need, working out everything we need to make a place run. I've really enjoyed that side of it, and then seeing it really grow. And it's been a good learning thing for me to see how you do run things, and obviously you think of things after, and perhaps in the future it would be nice to open more of these 2-year-old centres, because the government are rolling out the places to more and more 2-year-olds in the future. So it would be really great to start setting more things up like that. With the early years teaching qualification, I was able to go into different settings and be able to really have a look around and to see ways that they could improve their practice and the setting. And I really enjoyed doing that. I think it'd be nice to go into different settings, something to do with that in the future, to help other settings. From working with the 2-year-olds, it's really been an eye-opener to see how much they've improved. We've only been open a few weeks, and just to see how much they're improving already, and it really shows how important early intervention is for the families and for the children themselves. I never really knew what I wanted to do when I was at school, and when I went to college I just did a mixture of A-levels like English and German and psychology, so there was sort of aspects of everything I quite enjoyed. And then I did go on to try German, but it wasn't really for me. And when I was deciding what I wanted to do next, there was a few hours in a local preschool, so I just went in, and then I realised that was what I wanted to do. I just really enjoyed working with the young children. I felt like it was a good thing to do. What I enjoyed about working in the early years is the freedom that the children had, and that I could help them and support them to just be themselves, and always looking at what skills they have, what things they enjoyed, and being able to help them develop from that. By gaining a qualification in the early years as a teacher, it's given me the skills and the knowledge, I think, to take it further and become more reflective in my practice. And I feel quite confident in what I do now, having had people seen what I do and accredit it with the early years teacher status. And I can go into settings now and see what I think is a good idea for them, how I can help them develop. I think when you tell people you're an early years teacher, they think you're just playing with the children, just playing with anything, maybe a bit of painting. And when you do the qualification and you get that practice, you realise that it's so much more. What you're playing with has meaning to the children, and you really get to understand how they learn. And once you know what they like doing and how they do things, you can plan things that are really going to challenge them, and you know they're really going to love, and they're going to get a lot out of it. Having done the early years teacher status and having the experience with early years, I know this is the area I want to work in. Whether it's working directly with particular children or if it's going into other settings and helping them to develop their practice, those are the things I really enjoy doing.